Ha! Karma came for her, and karma came for her. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Watch Roma TV, and welcome back if you're returning. This video is going to be a review on episode 22 of Baddies Midwest, this long ass season. Oh my gosh. I thought this was going to be the last episode, but clearly we have another episode next week. Hopefully that will be the last because I'm really anxious to seeing this reunion for this season. So anyway, first I wanted to take a moment to thank everybody who's subscribed, who's recently subscribed, who has been liking the videos, leaving comments, whether they're good or bad, any engagement. I appreciate it. I also want to thank you guys if you're watching the reviews, the videos all the way through. I really appreciate it. I know some of my reviews can be a bit long, so if you're watching the videos all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it. I know recently I've been a little slow with uploading content, but I will do my best to be quicker and more consistent for you guys. Okay, so let's get into this review. So the episode begins with Bad Dolly being carried into the ambulance. If you guys don't know or remember, at the end of the last episode, Bad Dolly had a seizure, unfortunately. Very mysterious seizure. So yeah, we see her being carried into the ambulance. Not Bad Dolly. Summer and Big Lex were supposed to go with her. They said they would, but we see that they stayed back. I guess they weren't allowed to go to the hospital with her. But they FaceTimed her instead. So we see Bad Dolly, they're checking her vitals, just making sure everything is okay. We see her talking on the phone with Summer. Summer and Big Lex were very worried for Dolly, by the way, as they should be because, they're her only friends on the show. My thing is Zeus, what are y'all doing to these girls? Because I find it strange that Bad Dolly had a seizure. Bad Dolly's never had a seizure before, nor has anyone in her family. Her family does not have a history of seizures, and neither does she. So it's what are y'all doing to these girls? Because something's not making sense, And again, this is the second time we've seen someone have a seizure on this show. So it's really, really, really suspicious to me. The girl literally just went to the bathroom to freshen up and then she has a seizure. I don't know. It's not making sense to her and not making sense to me. I just feel like Zeus needs to be looked into. Are y'all spiking these girls' drinks or something? Because it's not making sense. So Dolly is done for the season because, she has to focus on her health. Doesn't matter anyway because the season's damn near done. I am a little surprised that they didn't allow her to come back and finish filming because that's what they did with Smiley when she had her seizure back on Baddies East. But I'm happy that they didn't though because her health is more important than the show. Period. Her health comes before the show. So they show a montage of all Bad Dolly's best moments. She says that she's going to really miss Summer. She says she had a lot of fun with Summer. She's learned from Summer. You can tell that they've developed a close bond with each other. She doesn't say anything about Lex, so I guess, she's closer with Summer than she is Lex. That's usually how it is in a trio. There's always two people that are more closer with each other than the other person in the trio. So, hey, it is what it is. So in the next scene, we see Scotty, Rolly, and Tinka. They meet up with Natalie in her hotel room because, the OGs are too good to stay in the luxurious baddie house with the the new G's, sorry. And Rolly basically explains that she passed by the baddie house and Bad Dolly had a seizure. And Natalie is acting all surprised, but bitch, I'm sure you already knew this. You're the EP. I'm sure you knew this already. Scotty and Tinka, they feel bad. They are empathetic towards Dolly and, the whole situation, especially Tinka because she mentions that her mom suffers from epilepsy. So yeah, Rolly's just explaining the whole situation. Natalie's asking, who's there with her. Rolly said that, she couldn't be there, but Bad Dolly has Big Lex and Summer by her side, so that's good. At least she has her two closest friends on the show with her. And my whole take on this is, I know if Smiley watches this season of Baddies, when she sees this episode, she's gonna feel away. Because when she had her seizure back on Baddies East, no one really believed her. Damn near everyone thought she was faking it. And, when she did go to the hospital and she came back to film, everybody ganged up on her. So I'm sure when she sees this episode, if she watches this season, she's going to feel some type of way, as she should, because Bad Dolly is getting all this sympathy and support from her fellow castmates, and she didn't get that when it happened to her. So I wouldn't be surprised if Smiley comes on social media either tomorrow or the day after and she goes off on a rant on Zeus about this entire situation. So then Natalie announces to the baddies that they're going to have a dinner that evening. And we all know how Natalie's dinners are by now. Only thing being served on the menu is fades and not food. She also mentions that there's going to be a special guest. Remember what happened last time she had a special guest? But it ain't really nothing to worry about. We all know who the special guest is by now. It's Mel. So, and I saw online some people were commenting saying how Natalie was being a little insensitive when the baddies told her the news about Bad Dolly, and she just like changed the subject and jumped to, oh, by the way, we're having a dinner tonight, guys. Here's the thing. What y'all need to understand with Natalie is she cares more about the show and the money she makes from the show than the baddies themselves. And we've heard multiple people come out and say this, people who know Natalie personally, people who've worked on this show and other shows with Natalie. So when you see Natalie being a little nonchalant or insensitive or, towards the baddies, or, just like treating them a certain way, like, just keep this in mind and don't be surprised. So anyway, in the next scene, we see the newbies back at the baddie house. And they're all just, sitting down discussing with each other, a little bit the situation with Dolly, what happened. They're a little concerned, asking each other, anybody heard from Dolly? Anybody know what's going on? What's happening? And then we see Summer and Big Lex walk in, perfect timing. They just came back from the hospital from visiting Dolly. Turns out they were able to see her after all. And, obviously they're not really in a good mood. They don't like seeing their friend like that. Summer's not really in the mood to talk, but Big Lex, fills the girls in on what's going on and how she's feeling. Big Lex is still pretty upset with what happened the night before, and she does blame Jayla a little bit for Dolly being in the hospital and having her seizure. And she can't stress enough to the other baddies that when she sees Jayla, she's gonna dog walk her. And I am so here for a girl because I love Big Lex. Like, I don't know why she gets the hate that she does. Like, I don't know why y'all hate this girl so much. But I really like Big Lex. And Jayla, if you don't know by now, I'm over Jayla. Like, I liked her on Baddies South, but we could have left that bitch on Baddies Caribbean. Like, I'm over Jayla. So I would love nothing better than to see her get dog walked. So Big Lex lets us know that even though Dolly's done with the show, she is feeling better. She's doing better. So that's good news. That's good to hear at least. So they're having their little discussion. Summer goes on to say, the reason why this whole situation with Dolly even happened is because these OGs, they're not being fair. They're jumping, they're sneaking, they're being biased. And Pretty P chimes in and says, do you think it's because, we're not all in the same house? We didn't get a chance to know them properly. And that's why. And my thing is like, that shouldn't matter. Whether you, I mean, of course, yes, you guys should all be in the same house. I've been saying this, everyone, the whole cast should be in the same house. But I don't think that that is a reason why these baddies should be treating, these OGs should be treating the newbies the way they are, and just like playing unfair and, jumping and sneaking them and not playing by the rules. I don't think that's a valid reason. Like, again, they've been on for multiple seasons. They know what it is. They know what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. So, I mean, whatever. That's not a valid reason for me. And even Ivory, she chimes in and she's like, it was literally said on the mic at the booking, no fighting. And my thing with that is, even if it wasn't said on the mic, y'all know better than to fight at a booking. It's a freaking booking. Okay? And for the OGs to be fighting at a booking, especially Miss Jayla, Miss Finger Waves, who's been here like since the second season of Baddies, she should know better. So anywho, they get a call from Natalie. I think it was Big Lex. Big Lex got a call from Natalie. Natalie FaceTimes Big Lex and, she wants to check upon her, the other baddies. They discuss a little bit the situation with Bad Dolly. And then she lets Big Lex know that she is having a dinner that night. And Big Lex, she already know what time it is, just the way she smiles, she's like, oh, Natalie, you and your dinners. She already know what time it is. And she's ready. She is so ready for this dinner. So Natalie goes to her, is Ivory with you? And she goes, yeah, Ivory's right here. So she speaks to Ivory and she lets Ivory know that we're having a special guest at this dinner, and the special guest is Melanie, her best friend, Melanie. If you watch Now That's TV, you'll know just how close Melanie and Ivory are. Oh boy. So yeah, so Ivory's like, just her reaction, her reaction says it all. She's like, oh boy, here we go. Like, all right, these people with their setups is a setup. Like, y'all really just brought this girl to fight Ivory. It's such a setup. Like, y'all couldn't even give Mel like an episode or two, before just bringing her to fight this girl. It's like, yeah, we're just flying you out here just to fight one of our castmates. So yeah, Ivory, I get how you feel. I get how you feel, Ivory. And she gets it too. She's like, you know what? Yeah, I get it. The bitch need money. It's a clout thing. Let her come and make a bag. So in the next scene, we see the newbies. They get in the Sprinter and they make their way to the dinner. And they're just in the Sprinter talking about, what they think is going to happen, what they're going to do, blah, blah, blah. Lex is like, as soon as I see Jayla, like, it's on site. Ain't no long talking. I'm dogging this bitch out, period. And Summer's like, Nunu, you don't know what you finna do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to run some fades. Nunu's like, I'm just going to go with the flow, Summer's like, man, the way I feel right now, like, I'm here, but I'm not here. And it just reminded me of Rashida from Love and Hip Hop when she said that, like, I'm here, but I'm really not here. Like, if you've been watching Love and Hip Hop since the early seasons, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. So then Big Lex goes on to say, I hope the OGs, they're not on no type of jumping shit. Now that they see it's just me and Summer, us two, and we don't have Dolly with us. And I'm like, Big Lex, first of all, the OGs, they always on some jumping shit. So that ain't nothing new. Second of all, even if Dolly was there, first of all, almost every limb on her was injured. Like, each of her fingers have its own cast, plus her nose is broken. Okay. She should have been on injured reserve. And another thing, anytime Big Lex and Summer get into some type of altercation with these OGs, whether it's an argument, fight, whatever, heated argument, fight, whatever, Bad Dolly is never there. She's never around. She shows up after the fact. Okay. We saw this when they were on the balcony, that the rooftop, wherever it was, when they were at the baddie house, when it was Summer, Scotty, and Anna, and then Big Lex jumped in to, to stop Anna from jumping Summer. It was just those four. It was Summer, Big Lex, Scotty, and Anna. We didn't see Bad Dolly until after the fight when everybody went in the house. Then, when they were at the ice cream shop, okay, when Anna snuck Summer, Big Lex was there. Dolly shows up after the fact. After, Anna already snuck Summer and was running her mouth. She shows up after. And I get it, she was with the other baddies, but how is it you're with the other baddies and you just show up after the fact? And where are the other baddies that were with you? Anywho. So, yeah, like, I always feel like it's always Big Lex and Summer alone that have to fight against these OGs, and Dolly always happens to just stroll in after all the madness has happened. Like, what's going on? What I miss? So then we see Summer greasing up her face with Vaseline, girl, and I love her for this. This was smart. For those of you who don't know, you grease your face with Vaseline before a fight for two reasons. Number one, you don't want to get bruised up. And number two, if a bitch try to punch you, her hand is going to slip. Okay? Because your face is greasy. So, good thinking, Summer. So I just love the fact that Nunu is like so into this conversation with Big Lex and Summer. I feel like she was the only one on the Sprinter who was speaking to them. And I'm so happy that they brought her back, because I swear she brings more to the show than the boring Brendas in the back. Okay? By boring Brendas, I mean Pretty P and Jasmine. Well, maybe not so much Pretty P. Pretty P, she's done her big one a couple of times this season. But definitely Jasmine Renee. She is boring as fuck. Watching Jasmine Renee, listening to her is like, it's like watching paint dry. Like, she's just so boring. Like, ugh. I already know. I know she's not coming back next season. So next we see the OGs in their Sprinter. Natalie already gave them the heads up and let them know that the newbies are on that type of timing tonight. And Piggy gets in her confessionals talking about, oh, thank you, Captain Obvious. Why do the new G's feel so comfortable telling you shit? Oh, Natalie, I don't know what side you on. I don't know what side you playing for. And I'm like, Biggie, like, Natalie is the EP. She's not supposed to be playing for any side. Like, this is what kills me with the OGs. Like, you guys don't get it. Like, Natalie is not supposed to be on anybody's side. If anybody's supposed to be neutral on this show, it's Natalie. She's the EP. It's her show. She's not supposed to pick a side. Like, what don't you get about? Oh, Big. See, this is why Biggie could never really be a boss. Okay? She's too emotional. She takes things too personal. Like, that shit don't work in business. Okay? So then Remedial Jaila's asking the other baddies, considering what happened last night, what do you all think this dinner is going to be about? And how do you think this dinner is going to go? And it's like, bitch, even Scotty's like, the same way every other dinner goes. Scrapping, running fades, bitches getting turned every which way but loose. Like, come on. Jayla just wanted something to say in that moment. So anywho, Jayla's on the Sprinter running her mouth, talking her shit, talking about how when she sees Summer, she's gonna beat her. She's gonna beat her like she's her mom and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, girl, Jayla, I would not worry about Summer if I were you. When you got Lex wants that. Lex wants that bad, okay? Don't worry about Summer. Worry about Lex. She's the one that wants your ass. Anna's there talking her shit too, talking about how she gonna beat up Summer and blah 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 blah. Scotty too. Scotty's talking about she can't wait to fight Summer, and I'm like, Scotty, what's your issue with Summer again? Like, what? I forgot what Scotty's issue with Summer was. Like, okay, whatever. She was running her mouth on the boat. Like, whatever, Scotty. Like, your ass does look like cottage cheese a little bit when you twerk. No shade. No, I mean, there's other things too, you know, that we don't know about that were said, but who knows? But I mean, I don't care about seeing Scotty and Summer fight. I mean, they both can't really fight that well. And like Summer is like way smaller than Scotty. She's like half her size. So I'm not too excited about seeing them fight. Meh. Back on the newbie sprinter, we have Pretty P talking about, oh, I can't wait to get there and eat some food. I am so hungry. Ivory's like, nobody's eating dinner. I'm eating bitches. I'm gonna eat up Mel. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's that's really the only eating that's gonna be happening, you know, bitches eating other bitches in fades. And, you know, I feel for Pretty P. She a Taurus like me. We're always hungry. But baby girl, wrong network. Here on Zeus, we eat bitches, not food. So anywho, the baddies, they arrive at the restaurant. It's called Lanterns. Of course, the OGs arrive first. I wonder why Natalie and Jaden had their own sprinter and then the rest of the OGs had to ride in a different sprinter. Was it that there wasn't any room? Like, or did Madam Nunn want to bump coochies with Jaden? Because they look a little too friendly coming out of that sprinter. And you know Jaden like girls. So anywho, they're greeted by this fire stick dancer. I mean, I know there's a name for it, but I don't know the name. So he's like just giving them like a little show in front of the restaurant before they go in. I thought it was cute. You know, a restaurant is classy when they're giving you a pre-show before you even enter. But these poor people don't know their restaurant is about to get turned upside down. OMG. So anywho, the OGs, they go inside, and then after we see the newbies, they come in on their sprinter. They see the little fire stick dancing show too, and then they walk in the restaurant. So the OGs and newbies say hi to each other, and look at Biggie. Look at Biggie looking all nervous. Are you afraid you're going to get dragged by Nunu again? So yeah, so the newbies and OGs say hi to each other, and what's her name? Ivory comes to give Natalie a hug, and why did she do this? Why did Natalie duck like this? It was like a flinch duck. Like she flinched and she ducked at the same time. Why did she do that? Why does she duck like this? Like Ivy was coming to hit her. Like Natalie thought Ivy was gonna hit her because she was being messy, bringing her op on the show to fight her. Because Natalie does not hug like this, okay? She flinched. She thought she was gonna catch them hands from Ivory. So anywho, the newbies sit down, and right away Anna starts running her mouth, antagonizing Summer, talking her shit. Her and Angela actually running their mouth, talking to Summer, and I'm just looking at Summer. Summer sitting there quiet like a mouse. And one thing I know, when I see someone who's normally very talkative being very quiet, I know some shit's about to go down. Okay? When you see someone who's usually very talkative being very quiet, beware, okay? Be scared. So anyway, the show begins. The luau ladies, I don't know if that's what they're called, they start doing their little dance, and then we see Summer. She gets up and she walks over to Natalie. She says, Natalie, you didn't give me a hug. While this is going on, we hear someone in the background yelling out, Summer, Summer. And I don't know if it was one of the producers. It sounded like Lemmy, but I'm not sure. So anywho, Summer goes to give Natalie a hug, and we see them whisper some words to each other. I don't know what was said between the two of them. But then we hear Anna in the background telling Scotty, you know, Scotty, watch out, watch your back. And whole time Scotty is just looking at Summer and Natalie. And a lot of people think that Natalie was telling Summer to go after Scotty when they were, you know, exchanging their little words to each other. And my thing is, whether she did or didn't, I mean, what do you think Summer was getting up to do? You really think Summer just got up just to go and give Natalie a hug? Like, come on. She was gonna do it regardless. Like, we hear people in the background saying, Summer, Summer, like, you know, calling for her to sit down, and she heard them. She still got up anyway and walked over to Natalie. So Summer was going to do something. She was gonna hit Scotty. She was gonna sneak her, whatever. She was gonna do something, okay? And she tried it, and she failed. Because, you know, Scotty, with her daddy long legs, she gave Summer a hard kick. And I see Natalie, she was holding Summer's hand, even while she was trying to go at Scotty. She was holding Summer's hand and trying to hold Summer back, like almost like push her, like the whole time. She was trying to fight with Scotty. So a part of me thinks that maybe Natalie didn't say anything. Maybe Natalie didn't tell her to go after Scotty, just by the way she was just going out of her way to hold her back so much. But anywho, yeah, Scotty gave her a hard kick. And my thing with Summer is Summer doesn't learn. Bitch, when you know you're gonna fight Scotty, just don't use your hands. Just throw legs, throw kicks. Okay, you gotta fight her the way she fights you. Throw legs. Don't throw hands, throw legs. Because Scotty don't have hands. She fights with her legs. That's how you gotta get the bitch. Because you know, if you go to, the first thing she's gonna do is kick you. That's her strength. Her weakness are her fists, and her strength are her legs. Okay? Kick that bitch. If you want a chance at winning a fight with Scotty, don't throw the first punch. Throw the first kick. Okay? That's how she gets all these bitches down. That's how she got Rolly down in the Baddies South reunion. That's how she made you fly the other day when y'all were fighting on the rooftop, you know, with a kick. So kick her. So anyway, what I didn't like about that was I saw a lot of the OGs got up and was running towards Summer direction, like they were trying to jump Summer or something. Like, what are y'all getting up for? Okay, first of all, Scotty is like twice her size. What are y'all getting up for? Rolly was like the closest one between Scotty and Summer, and she sat right there. She didn't move. She didn't move. Why can't y'all be more like Rolly? Rolly doesn't get involved. Like, she's just sitting there. Y'all are getting up like y'all are gonna jump this little girl. Like, sit your asses down. Like, Tinka, Tasiki, what are y'all doing? Sit your asses down. Oh my gosh, like, so annoying. Y'all really need to help Scotty jump this little ass girl? So then we see Lex. She just comes out of nowhere. I was wondering where she was, but she just comes out of nowhere and she just starts beating Jayla's ass. Oh my gosh. I'm talking about doom, 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 doom in her face. Jayla missed all her punches, man. Jayla didn't land one punch on Lex. She looked like she was practically swimming. Lex got her good, man. And I'm not just saying that because I like Lex. Like, you could go watch it yourself. She got her good. Okay. Jayla thought, okay, you know what? Let me hug her. Let me try to take her down. But no, Lex took her down. Slam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. She slammed her on her back. Oh my gosh. Jayla, let this be your last season, boo-boo. Let this be your last season, because at your big age, you don't need to be taking all this licks, man. How old is Jayla? Like, what, 35, 36? You too old for this, man. You can't hang with these newbies, especially Lex. Oh my gosh. Do yourself a favor. Don't come back next season. My back hurt after watching them fight. And I know Lex did damage to Jayla's face after that first round, because the camera was really trying not to show Jayla's face. But they kept showing close-ups of Lex's face, because Lex's face was untouched. It was like nothing happened. Like, she was never in a fight. Jayla got her head wrap off. That was about it. But you see Lex's face, like, clean, nothing. And what I didn't like about this too was you got Anna's bitch ass trying to jump in. She kept trying to, like, you know, jump in the fight. Good thing Tasiki was holding her back. Tasiki's like, no, let it be. But Anna was trying to jump in, man. I didn't like that. So anywho, then we see Scotty. Scotty has like a box with a chain in it, and she's like, oh, Summer, I was in Natalie's room and I took your chain and blah blah blah. You want to get it back, you gotta come through me. And I'm like, why is Summer's chain in Natalie's room? Did Summer really get a chain, or did Natalie just pretend to give her did Natalie just lend a chain to her to make it look like she had a chain, but she didn't really have a chain? Because why is Summer's chain in Natalie's room? I don't get it. Anywho, then we see Anna trying to sneak Summer when Summer was trying to go after Scotty for a second time. And I'm just like, ugh, these fucking OGs stay jumping. Like, it's weak sauce, boo tomato. So then Lex calls out a fade with Scotty. And Scotty's like, Lex, why do you want to fight me? You know, with her whiny voice. And Lex is like, because you keep coming after my bitch. I think that's a valid reason. Plus, you guys are both in the same weight and height class. So yeah, that's a fight I want to see. Nobody want to see Scotty fight Summer. I want to see Lex and Scotty fight. Oh, I would love to see that. Because if Lex could beat up Jayla, we know she could beat up Scotty. So Scotty's like, oh, you jumped Jayla yesterday. Look at Jayla looking like Little Richard. Don't she look like Little Richard over here? This face. So she's like, yeah, you jumped Jayla yesterday. And no, bitch, nobody jumped Jayla, okay? And even if Jayla was jumped, she deserved it because she started the fight. Are we not forgetting who threw the first punch? It was Jayla. So if Jayla did get jumped, it was well deserved. So we finally see the 2 knots on Jayla's forehead, and she has the nerve to call out another fade with Lex. All because Lex wanted a fade with Scotty. And I'm like, girl, you don't want that. You don't want that, Jayla. So anyway, they go for another round. Lex and Jayla, they go for another round. And yeah, she was looking worse, man. Jayla, you should have sat that one out because she got another 2 knots on her forehead. You know, Lex had her looking like a triceratops. And her mouth was bleeding. Like, for a minute, I thought her tooth came out again, like when she fought Gretchen. But her mouth was bleeding. So I'm like, ooh, Jayla, sit this one out, girl. And Lex is like calling her out on it. She's like, oh, girl, your mouth is bleeding. Look at your mouth. You got blood in your mouth. Your mouth is bloody. And then Jayla goes and spits the blood out and is like, I'm like, oh, God. Just nasty. Jayla, girl, you look a mess. Lex tore you out the frame. And Jayla knew she lost because when Lex was like, bitch, I dogged you. Jayla was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, what happened to being undefeated, Jayla? It's okay. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's okay, Jayla. At least you can admit that you lost. It is what it is. So then Summer calls out a fade with Scotty. And they go at it. I don't know if you can call it a fight. You know, everyone was like, oh, Scotty beat up Summer. She beat up Summer. I mean, in my opinion, nobody really won. I mean, Scotty, I guess she got Summer in a headlock. A little 2-second headlock. So I guess she won the fight. But I mean, to me, it didn't really look like a fight. They looked like they were just slapping each other's hands. I mean, nobody did any damage to each other. If I had to pick a winner, I would say nobody, because they both can't fight. They both can't fight. It's like just watching 2 people that can't fight just slap each other's hands, and they really feel like they're doing something to each other, but they're really not, though. Sorry to say. But the OGs were really cheering on Scotty like she did her big one. I guess. Is it just me, or did Scotty's ass get fatter? Like, my gosh, she got a heavy one. So then we hear Tasiki say, can everybody stop fighting? Can we start dancing? And I'm like, girl, y'all already scared the luau ladies away with all y'all craziness, okay? All this chaos y'all done started in the people's restaurant. Those luau ladies are gone. They're gone home. Okay, they want no parts. They're long gone. So then Big Lex says, well, since Summer ran her one with Scotty, can I run my ones with Anna? Because she threw a drink at me. And I'm like, that's pretty fair. Because, I mean, Summer and Anna are in the same weight class. Scotty and Lex are in the same weight class. So if Scotty and Summer can run their fade, Lex should be able to run a fade with Anna. It's only fair. It's only fair. And especially if she threw a drink at her, hey, it's only fair. Did we see when she threw the drink at her? Because I don't think they showed it. Maybe it was edited out of the episode or she threw the drink off camera, but I didn't see it. But anywho, they didn't end up running their fade anyway, unfortunately. Scotty's talking about, oh, Lex, you said you wouldn't hit Anna. You said you wouldn't fight Anna. And Lex is like, well, yeah, I've been sparing her. I've been sparing her for too long. And no, now I want to run my fade. And I'm like, as you should. Nobody should be spared. I don't care how small, big, whatever. If you're on Baddies and you run in your mouth talking that cash money shit, girl, be prepared to throw these hands. And all Anna does is run her mouth, especially to Lex and Summer. But they know damn well if Lex and Anna fight, Anna's going to end up right where Dolly is, in the hospital. So yeah, shit's just getting crazy. Scotty's there jumping up like a kangaroo, yelling at Lex for Anna. Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, then we see Summer and Anna get into it. And Summer dragged Anna like a rag doll, so bad to the point where Jayla was trying to jump in and save her. Poor thing. So then Natalie's there. She's trying to break up the fight. You know, she's telling Summer, okay, enough, like, let her go. And we hear Scotty's dumb ass in the background. She's like, oh, Natalie, swing, Natalie. And Natalie's like, what? She's like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not swinging. I'm not jumping in. Like, girl, if you ain't finna get in the paint and squabble with Lex, then just shut the fuck up. And Natalie was so right for saying that because Scotty has an issue with Lex. Yes, she doesn't want to fight her. But then you're telling her to jump in a fight with Summer and Anna and what? Help Anna fight Summer? Why would she do that? Why would she do that? Natalie doesn't have beef with anybody. You have beef with Lex. Natalie doesn't have beef with Summer or Anna. So why would she do that? And that doesn't even look right. That doesn't even sound right. Imagine Anna and Natalie ganging up on Summer to beat her up. Like, does that make any, like, these OGs are so stupid. Like, these OGs really, like, they need to understand Natalie is not an OG. Natalie is above an OG. She is an EP. She is supposed to be neutral. Natalie has no beef with none of the girls. Why the hell would she jump in a fight with Summer and Anna? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Again, bully shit. Just straight bullying. But you don't want to fight the girl that you actually have an issue with, who is in the same weight class, height class as you. You don't want to fight her. But you are so quick to fight Summer, and you want Natalie to help Anna beat Summer. Like, so stupid. Like, oh my gosh. I can't with these OGs. And then Scotty has the nerve to tell Natalie, oh, you pick and choose. You let Summer sneak me. You let Summer sneak me. Summer didn't get a chance to sneak you because you flung that kick in her chest so fast before she could even get a chance to touch you. So Scotty, please. Okay. But Scotty looked like she wanted to cry. She was putting ice on her head. She looked like she wanted to cry. Like, I guess Summer did some damage because why is she putting ice on her head? Does she have a knot or something that we didn't see? Oh, yeah. Scotty did get a knot on her head. Oh, boy. I didn't see that before. I had to watch this like 3 times before noticing that knot. Damn. Okay. And y'all say Scotty won? I don't see Summer with a knot on her head. Okay, Summer, you get a point for that. I think Scotty had 2 knots actually. So anywho, Summer and Anna, they went for a second round. And again, Summer was just flinging Anna around like a damn frisbee. You know, some people were like, oh, all she did was pull hair. I mean, Summer did more damage to Anna than Anna did to Summer. Let's just put it like that. Okay. And you could tell by the OG's face, like, you know, the camera, Zeus is funny because like the cameraman, I noticed that like when it's an OG, you can tell when an OG is getting tore up because the cameraman, they will show everyone else except the people that are fighting. Like they kept showing Big Lex laughing. They kept showing the faces of the other OGs, and you could tell just by looking at the other OG's face, like Anna was getting tore up. Okay, because when Scotty and Summer were fighting, the OGs were like, yeah, yeah, Scotty, yeah, yeah, beat that bitch, beat that bitch. But then when Summer was fighting Anna, it was crickets. It was crickets. So, like, that tells me all I need to know. And then on top of that, Anna wanted a third round. And you know how it is when you're losing. When you're losing the fight, you want to keep fighting and keep fighting until you win. I get it. I would be like that too if I was Anna. So that also tells me that Anna didn't whoop. Anyways, Anna said it herself in the confessionals. She said, I'm not leaving here until I whoop Summer. So that means the first 2 rounds, you didn't whoop that bitch. So all the people watching that are saying, oh, all she did was pull hair. All Summer did was pull hair whole time. Well, Summer did enough to block Anna from whooping her ass. And she had Anna swimming. So that's good enough for me. So then Summer gives Anna the third round that she asked for, and I could honestly call it a tie. They both got some punches in, and then Summer got Anna on the ground. But when she got Anna on the ground, she didn't really do anything. Not that she could, because, everybody and their mama was trying to jump in and break up the fight. We got Tasiki going in, claiming she's going to break up the fight. I don't believe her. I think she was trying to help Anna fight Summer. Then we see Jayla running. I think she was trying to help Anna jump Summer too. Like, I don't get these baddies. Oh, I'm trying to break it up. I'm trying to break it up. We don't need you to break it up. There's like 5 security guards around Summer and Anna. Tasiki, you don't need to be there to break up shit. You're not security. You're a baddie. Sit your ass down like Rolly. Rolly's just sitting there enjoying the show like she's at the cinema or something. Like she home watching Netflix. I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. Then we see Tinka in her confessionals talking about, good job, Anna, clapping for her and shit. I'm like, oh, Tink is so fake. I used to really like her, but she's so fake. Like, one minute she's like, oh, I like Summer, and next minute you're cheering on Anna while she's fighting Summer. Girl, just sit your ass down and be neutral. And Anna didn't even do no damage, so like, what are you cheering her on for? Oh, good job, Anna. What does she do? What does she do? Like, she tied at best, like, with Summer, but, like, she did not do no damage. I'm sorry. Next. So then we see Ivory just standing there patiently waiting for her op to show up so she could run her fades. And then we see Mel coming out of the car. She's finally arrived. We get a little introduction on her. And she gives us a bit of the backstory about her and Ivory's beef. She walks in the restaurant. She's looking real cute, by the way. She looks really, really nice, really, really pretty. And yeah, like, she doesn't get a chance to introduce herself, say hi, my name is Mel, whatever, how you doing, what's up, good night. She just takes off her shoes, and her and Ivory get it popping. So all the baddies are, standing around cheering for Ivory, of course, because, I mean, nobody knows Mel. Mel is a stranger. She's an outsider. I kind of wanted Mel to win the fight. Not because I don't like Ivory, but Ivory threw piss on Mel in her sleep. That's disgusting. That's like the worst. I think that's worse than spitting on someone. That is disgusting. So I was really hoping Mel would win. A lot of people say that Ivory beat up Mel, Ivory won the fight. To me, I feel like the first round, Ivory was getting the best of Mel. The second round, I would say it was more a tie. And they got each other's wigs off. As for the third round, we don't get to see it because this is where the episode ends, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Mel's shoes look very similar to the shoes that Scotty had that she threw at Summer when they were arguing in the kitchen, her Fashion Nova shoes. Did anyone else catch that, or was it just me? Anyway, yeah, like I said, this is where the episode ends. And I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed watching Jayla and Anna get beat up. That was very satisfying to watch. So let me know in the comments below how you feel about this episode. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let me know in the comments below how you felt about this episode. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.